everybody, this is Bobby Cool Daddy Slick Breeze coming at you from Arizona. All right, so this is going to be a little different. Right now, I'm looking at about 20 of our closest family and friends from disc golf. We are out at the Memorial, Arizona. We are doing our team dinner, and we decided to meet out at Carlsbad Tavern for our team dinner. So we have a lot of our team members that came out here to play, meeting up with them from Dynamic Discs. We have a few of the Westside players as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually walk around, and I'm going to ask these guys questions. I'm going to ask some of our team player questions because I like to have fun like that. I like to talk to our team players, and I'm guessing you probably like to hear from them. So if you hear some weird noises in the background, a lot of talking, it's because we're all talking and we're out back, and there's like a, oh, that's not a water fountain. It's not a waterfall. You might hear some water noises because of what's happening. But so anyway, so if you hear a lot of noises, that's because we've got a lot of people talking, but we're going to try to have some fun with this. First up we have is Zach Melton. How are you doing, Zach?
Great. How are you, Bobby?
I'm doing wonderful. We're gonna ask you some questions for the Disc Golf Answerman show. You all right with that? So how did you practice today? You practiced the fountains and Vista? How did that go for you today?
It went pretty good. I only lost one disc at Fountain, and that was because I threw a super terrible shot. Thank you, Robert. That was Robert giving me my drink because he stole my seat, because he had to sit beside Jeremy. So it went good, though. I feel good about both courses. It's about staying in bounds because there's OB basically on every hole, it seems like.
So when you are practicing, are you typically throwing like 2 or 3 shots, all different molds? What's kind of your attack on the course when you're practicing?
Yeah, usually it's 2 or 3 shots, like either off the tee or on the upshot if it's a par 4. If I don't feel like I'm getting a good feel for the shot, then I'll keep throwing. Like you want to feel confident about what you're going to do the next time you come play throw the shot in the round. So if you feel good about it, move on. If you don't, figure out what disc you want to throw.
And do you already know what you're going to order tonight?
I do not, actually. Thinking maybe, nachos, like a hot dog, chili burger, maybe a pizza. I'm just going to wing it.
Sounds like some good choices. Now, Jordan, next up is Jordan Castro. He's actually been out here since Friday doing some practice. Is that typical that you come out to a big event like this that early?
No, it's not typical. Actually, my boss actually gave me the time off, so I was like, all right, I'm getting out of the frozen tundra to come to Arizona. And now I'm sunburned because I've been here so long.
So what's your game plan when you're out practicing?
My game plan is just throw a couple shots, throw what I know, throw the super comfortable. So here it's a lot of hyzers. So I got a lot of understable discs that are popping up. I got some enforcers, defenders that are just flying super consistent. So I feel really confident. I've been here for the last 4 or 5 years, and I played well super at every time. So I'm really confident. First event.
Awesome. Well, good luck out there, Jordan.
Thank you.
So next up we have Chris Clemens. Chris Clemens, you're a lefty, highest rated lefty in the entire universe. Oh, he's sitting right next to the other lefty, Zach Melton. I am so sorry, Zach. I didn't mean to mention that while you were sitting right here. So, yeah. So, Chris, when you're out practicing the course, do you attack it any different being a lefty?
Most of the time, no. I've been throwing a lot of forehands lately, so some of these courses are new, like Vegas, Memorial, they're new to me. And so I've just watched a lot of videos over the years, and so I'll just kind of mimic what I see Macbeth doing, Ricky doing, stuff like that. But if there's an apparent lefty hyzer backhand, I'll throw that all day.
Now, you bring up a good point. I had forgotten this is your first time out here playing this particular event. And I remember you made, while we were recording some video, you actually said, whoa, that hole's not as, I can't remember if it was longer or shorter than you had remembered watching on video. How does that affect your play after watching it over and over on video, but then all of a sudden actually seeing it in real person?
Well, some of the holes are a little shorter than I thought, but some are longer. And I think when you watch videos, usually you're watching very good players. So Simon, Eagle, Paul, and they make it look really easy. They make 500-foot shots look really easy, and I'm like, have to bend the disc, have to flex it to get that distance. So some are a little surprising, but I've played for a long time, and so I just kind of approach it and just try to do my best.
Excellent. Well, good luck out there.
Thank you, sir.
Next up, we have Peter McBride, new to Team Dynamic Discs, new discs and everything. Tell us what's that like to begin. Wait, did you play in Vegas?
I did not play in Vegas, no.
Okay, so this would be really your biggest tournament with the new discs. What is kind of your mindset with that in mind?
I feel good with my new discs. I played an A-tier here at Vista, and we have 3 rounds there, so and I played well, so I'm kind of pulling some confidence off of that, knowing that I can execute well with these discs, and just trusting my lines and committing to the shots. If I throw it how I think it's going to fly, I'll be happy, even if it doesn't do exactly what I think it's going to be. So.
Excellent. Well, good luck out there, Peter.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so now you're going to have some patience with me, my listeners, right now, because I'm having to reach the microphone to people, so there might be a little bit of time in between me asking the question and getting the answers. But next up is Mr. Eric Oakley, putter pants, well pants, pants all himself. Just the man. Oh, and he's wearing shorts. They call him Pants Man. So, Eric Oakley, you've played this event several times. But you still got to come and you got to practice. Why do you have to come practice a course that you've played several times? Why is that still important?
Well, over time, our bags change, so we're throwing new discs. So getting really comfortable in the distances and getting comfortable in the discs that we have in our bag, trusting the shots and understanding, maybe we can be more aggressive now because we've developed. I've developed, and I can now say, all right, yeah, well, let's push it out there, and let's maybe get a look for a 2, where I was more often playing for a 3 on a lot of the holes. So picking and choosing those spots, and the practice really helps find places to be aggressive and not. But, you still got to rely on what you've done in the past and trust that you know the courses, and you'll be able to handle whatever comes to you.
Excellent. Good luck out there tomorrow and the rest of the week, Eric.
Thank you.
So next up, we're going to wait for the waitress to deliver some drinks, and then we're going to go around the back here. Hi. Next up is Miss Tina Stenitis. Now, Tina actually didn't play. Let me scoot by you, Jordan. There we go. Tina did not play Vegas because she was actually recovering from an injury. How is your injury doing?
Still recovering. It flared up today, but I have an awesome friend that helped me fix it, so I'm hoping it'll be good for this weekend. I can throw and I can putt. I'm just going to throw smooth, and my lefty's gotten pretty good, so if I have to, I'm going to break that out.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to ask you is that, being a competitor, pro woman on tour, you don't want to not go to places and not play. So even though you're still trying to recover, I'm assuming you just got to kind of adjust by maybe changing up some of your throws, maybe changing up some of your discs.
Yeah, right now I suppose I'm throwing a little more understable plastic because I don't have the same power that I usually do, which it's kind of questionable what's going to come out of my hand more than normal because I can't really rely on my arm, and it might hurt, and I might throw something out of bounds if it's too stable. So that's changed a little bit, but it's really important that I really do recover. So I'm just going to have to feel it out for a couple of weeks and see what happens.
Excellent. Well, good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right, so next up we got Dustin Keegan. Dustin just celebrated his 52nd, 30. He just turned 32. Just turned 32. He's also brand new. Now, he played Vegas, did really well at Vegas, so congratulations on his play at Vegas, top 10 finish. But you practiced a little bit today? Okay, so he practiced a little bit today. So what was it like? What are the courses looking like, and what is your game plan for this event?
I played Vista like half the course today, and it's exactly the same as every other year I've been here. So the game plan out here is birdies or die, and you just go 14 down is like the minimum.
Excellent. Well, good luck tomorrow, Dustin. Next up is Miss Paige Pierce, 4-time world champion. Paige, they've made some changes to the course just a little bit from years past for the women. Does that affect your game at all or change your game plan at all?
Definitely. It makes holes, some of them a lot more obtainable. It makes other ones a little bit out of reach that may have been par 4s, and now they're just 2-shot holes that aren't really birdieable. So it definitely changes a couple game plans, but I feel like I have all the tools in my bag for any hole I walk up to. So I might have to make some adjustments off the tee, but I feel strongly that I'll still score well.
Excellent. Well, good luck tomorrow. Next up, we have actually, like I told you before, we actually invited a couple of Team Westside players out here because there's just a few of them. So we thought, hey, let's have them join us for Dynamic Disc Party. Now, you'll have to forgive me. What's your name? I knew that. I was like, I know his face, but I don't. So this is Jimmy Conover, Team Westside. Now, you guys probably know because he puts together some really nice disc golf videos that you've seen on Facebook, on his page, and things like that. So were you able to practice today, Jimmy?
I wasn't able to practice today, and I'm actually not playing in the tournament, but I will be out there Saturday filming, doing if you haven't seen my videos, the highlight reel style on Saturday for actually Jomez. So you'll be seeing that from them.
So tell us real quick then a little bit of the history about with you and media and getting into disc golf. Kind of real quick, give us a 2-minute version of how you got started in that.
Well, like every other filmmaker, we all started with a GoPro with our action cam. So I started with a GoPro doing my travel videos and was just tired of my amateur style travel videos. So I took a class on filmmaking and it led me into DSLR shooting, and the rest is history.
That's awesome. Remind everybody where they can go exactly to watch some of your stuff.
You can find me at youtube.com/Jimmy Conover, also Instagram.com/Jimmy_Conover.
Excellent. Well, good luck on Saturday doing your filming.
That's right. Saturday at Vista del Camino, and I'll be putting out my own highlight video by Monday.
Excellent. I look forward to watching it for sure. Next up is AJ Risley. We did some filming today, and you'll be able to see some highlight. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to see if I have to get out of the way of the waitress. Nope. Okay. So she'll probably get your order next, AJ, so we'll probably stall a little bit here.
Yeah, could I get a Carl's chicken sandwich with onion rings instead of French fries? And if you could give me some of that Chipotle mayo on the side, that'd be amazing.
No. No.
Well, what do you have?
We have pizza.
Okay.
All right. So she's going to take his order real quick, and I'm probably going to have to slide out here and let her go through. So I'm actually going to go to the other end of the table so that the waitress can get.
What are you going to get to eat, Bobby?
I have no idea. So we're going to walk over to the other side of the table, so bear with me, guys. So I hope you guys are enjoying this kind of laid back, informal type of talk with our team players. We just love to share with you guys, let you know what's going on and what's going on with us here at Dynamic Disc. So up next we have Chris Telespo. He is, let's see, I followed you a little bit today. You were throwing that Ballista Pro like a champ. Talk to us a little bit about the Ballista Pro. I'm assuming you're going to be throwing it in the event. Tell us a little bit about the Ballista Pro and what type shots you're really going to have, what you're going to throw, what type of shots you're going to throw here at the event.
So some of the longer holes at Vista, for me, the Ballista Pro is a really easy disc to turn over and get a lot of glide right and a lot of distance with. So some of the longer par fours, a lot of tee shots will be a big Ballista Pro that just pops up high, glides right, and goes really far.
Now if people watch you, they know that you can throw really far. But do these courses play really well for people that throw pretty far, or?
I mean, a little bit. There are a few holes, especially Fountain, that you need a little bit of power to get to, but it's not super important to throw far here. All the par fours are reachable in 2 for everybody. I've never seen a 2 on some of the fours at Vista, so far helps, but it doesn't help as much as I'd like.
Excellent. Well, good luck out there.
Thanks, Bobby.
And we also have now Denise Cameron is Team Latitude 64. Bonus. Now, see, of course, if you know, she's the girlfriend of Eric McCabe. So she's able to join us, and she's very helpful when we're out in the RV and traveling and stuff like that. But she's playing in the female pro division. And I know she was practicing, and she drove up here with us, and we got here on Sunday afternoon. She was out there practicing. Tell us your thoughts, Denise, on any, because you've played this event a few times before, right? What are some of your changes in your game plan with the changes with some of the holes for the women?
So for the most part, I think it makes sense. It kind of evens up the field a little bit. When it comes to some of the more technical holes at Fountain Hills, I think I'd prefer to play the original course. But then again, I see the reasons for it. I'm very appreciative that the TDs are making efforts to kind of listen to feedback and make changes to accommodate the women. So I'm happy no matter what. I'm happy to see the progress that's happening in the sport.
Now, when they change the holes, do you tend to change the disc you're throwing, or just kind of the way you're going to throw that disc on the hole that they changed?
You know, for me, none of the holes really changed much. There was some that became reachable for me that maybe weren't before, but for the most part, pretty similar shots.
All right, well, good luck out there.
Thanks.
All right, so now the waitress is coming back this way, so I'm going to get out of the way again. So now we're going to head back over, because she's going, okay, I'm going to take a break real quick so I can place my order. All right, we are back. I know it wasn't much of a break for you, but I had to turn everything off so I could order my dinner. I ended up ordering a chicken salad, just in case you are curious. It should be pretty good. Just got some kind of Chipotle barbecue sauce or something. So we're going to squeeze back in here behind. Watch out, Jordan. We're going to squeeze back here again. We're going to come back to AJ Risley, who we originally talked to. So, AJ, tell us, you've played this event quite a few times. You just got finished playing Vegas, right? How do you transition from going, I mean, it's back-to-back weekends. How does that transition work? How do you change your mindset to get ready for a different event when they're so close together?
Like you said, luckily I've played this event. I think this is my 7th year playing it. I came here for the first time in 2012. So I've played these courses and played this event a few times before. But as far as switching your mindset, you know, it's just like playing a round of competitive golf. You have to stay in the moment and you have to take it one hole at a time. So really, throughout the whole season, I almost look at the whole season as one long round of golf, and each weekend or each week really is a separate hole. So it doesn't really matter what you did last week. Obviously, if it was good, you know, it's good to hold on to that and remember what you did well. But when you get to the next destination and get ready to practice, you kind of have to wipe the slate clean and start from scratch, and just really, you know, open your mind and soak it all in as far as the courses that you're playing and the discs that you're throwing and the environment and all that. So
excellent. Well, good luck.
Thanks.
Take luck.
Take luck.
Take luck. All right, let's scoot on down. We're going to go. We have another Team Westside Disc member, Tommy. What's up, Tommy? So,
Doing great. How about you?
Good. That's good to hear. All right, so what is your game plan out there? How many days did you get to come out here and practice?
I try to practice at least 7 days a week. I mean, I got time all the time after school. Every day after school, I go out to my local course, Contecito, go play with some friends, go play doubles, whatever it is. I just want to get out and play.
So you get to practice a lot of your home courses, local courses. How does your mindset change when you actually come to a place to play, you know, in a bigger tournament like this?
You know, a lot of my home courses were a lot of really technical shots, like perfectly placed trees, a lot of that. So I try to relate every single shot I see, like at courses like GCC, like at end of a course. I relate hole 3 just like hole 9 at Contecito. Just a nice little flick around a tree, park it, and do what you need to do.
Excellent. Well, good luck.
What was that? Thank you.
Miss Noemi Bjorkis. If you've ever ordered something from dynamicdisc.com, she has probably pulled your order, and she does an excellent job. And I just found out that she has a tee time of 7:16 in the morning. Noemi, how does that mess with? Does it mess with your game? Are you okay with it when you have such an early tee time? Do you really can't hear me?
Yeah.
If your tee time is 7:16 in the morning, right?
Yes.
How do you have to make any sort of adjustments or what is your thinking when you have to tee off that early?
I do. I have to get up quite a bit early just to make sure that I'm awake and I'm limber and I get a chance to stretch. Otherwise, I'd be in bed snoozing.
I got you. Well, good luck. Good luck. All right, so we're going to move on to going to squeeze in behind here, and then my cable's going to get stuck. We're going to actually move over to Mr. Doug Bjerkes. Doug Bjerkes, of course, the husband of Noemi Bjerkes. He is our event coordinator, but he's out here. It's kind of a regular trip for Noemi and Doug to come out to Arizona and soak up some of the sun and play these events. Why is that an important thing for you to get away from the cold? I mean, I know that might be an easy answer, but let me know. What are your thoughts when you come out here to kind of get away from the weather?
Well, having been in Denver for like 10 years, this was always a great escape from the snow and cold there. When I moved to Emporia, I thought, it might be warmer that time of year. Incorrect. So same reason I want to get away from the cold and the ice, and it's just nice to have a week off in the sun and to play disc golf and see everybody at the beginning of the year. It's a great place to come and play disc golf for sure.
Yeah, so you're a competitor, so I'm sure you want to do well, but really this for you is kind of like a disc golf getaway, a vacation to see family and friends that you haven't seen in a while. So kind of talk us through that. How does that help? I'm assuming it kind of helps you recharge and ready for the new year of disc golf.
Oh, absolutely. It is kind of an energizer, and it also makes me realize, with the Glass Blown Open that we run, how many people go to the Glass Blown Open for the same reason, to get away, to see friends, to see family, and, it kind of encourages our whole staff to do a better job at the GBO by being at an event like this. So it's a good deal.
Excellent. Well, good luck this week. Right. So next up, you didn't see me say good luck. Okay, so next up we have Jonathan Ray, or some people know him as J. Ray. If you've ever seen the black and red RV, DD driving around, that's going to be Mr. Jonathan Ray driving all over the country. Maybe a little more concentrated this year, but kind of getting around everywhere, some of the big events, setting up the RV, Road Warrior. You played Vegas, but John, are you playing, I can't remember if you're playing, so you are playing this event. So tell us, so you're going to have sort of a very different perspective because, even today you had the Fly Mart and you had the setup and everything. While everybody's out practicing, you're working the table. So tell us, how do you get ready for the event when you know you've got to work the event?
It's a lot harder. For me, it's a lot of stretching. I don't get to go out and spend a lot of time on the courses before events, but I'm used to it. This is 4 years in now, and so going into this week, last week was a little bit different because we only had to set up on Saturday, and so Saturday evening was when. So I got a lot of practice in last week, first Masters tournament ever. So that was a cool experience. This week, no practice on the courses. I'm just showing up, and we're going out tomorrow and seeing how it goes.
Well, good luck with that, Jonathan. All right. Next up, we have Mr. Nick Lopez, Team Westside Discs. And we actually did, so make sure you pay attention to Westside Discs Facebook because me and him actually did some video stuff of the new Westside Maiden and Westside Anvil. But no, Nick, tell us a little bit. Now, where are you from originally? I know you told me before, but I forgot.
Salt Lake City, Utah.
And right now the weather there is what? Cold? About the same here?
It's a little bit chilly, probably in the 20s right now. Maybe a foot of snow on the ground at my house.
So very different disc golf going on over in Utah right now.
Yeah, it's a little different, so this is quite a break.
So, the weather is a nice break from the cold, but how do you adjust for that, going from such a cold environment to all of a sudden being on the big stage here in Arizona when it was like mid-60s and nice and sunny?
A lot of sweating is involved. It takes a minute, actually, to acclimate, first of all, to lower elevation, temperature as well, and I haven't been able to play a whole lot due to weather, so a little stiff, trying to get ready for tomorrow.
Are you changing up any of your discs as far as plastic or mold because you're so used to throwing in the colder weather?
Not so much weather as elevation. So I get to throw some more understable stuff we're at 4,600 feet in Salt Lake. Down here, I probably won't throw those quite as much, so I stable up a bit. That's probably the only change, though.
Gotcha. All right. Well, good luck this week.
Yeah, thanks.
So someone who is, you may not, if you're from the Texas area, you'll probably know who this is, but this is Brian Lemmer. We're going to ask Brian Lemmer. He's actually not out here to play. He wishes he was. His day job is a very interesting day job. In fact, I'm going to let him explain it to you, and then we'll find out why he's actually out here in Arizona, not playing, but enjoying the sun. But tell us a little bit, Brian, what is it do you actually do?
So I work for the Army and Air Force Exchange Service. We essentially run the military BXs and PXs on bases all over the world. So my job is to deal with video games, DVDs, Blu-rays, and virtual reality. So I'm actually here in Phoenix, in Scottsdale specifically, with Destination PlayStation, which is put on by Sony. And we meet with all of the publishing studios that are in town. So whether it's Bethesda, Activision, whoever, talking about their slate for the rest of the year and early in the next year.
I'm guessing that probably 75 to 80% of our listeners are so jealous right now that this gentleman gets to play video games, check out video games, critique video games for a living. I think that's really cool. He gets to see, he's told me some stuff of the before, some of the stuff that's coming out that's really cool, and he gets to know about things before everybody else does, which is really awesome. Now, you in Texas, you've actually designed some courses that we have some of our Dynamic Discs events on. Tell us a little bit about your course design. What is it like to have people come play an event on a course that you've designed?
I find it fascinating to watch what everyone feels and thinks about a particular hole and layout and shot. You know, there's one thing when you go into a blank slate and look at a park or facility and envision where you think the lines should be and what the layout should look like. And then it's not until you have a tournament where you with 180 people rolling through that you see all of the things that are even better than you had imagined, or, oh goodness, I didn't think about that. And that's the worst feeling in the world. Fortunately, it's been overall a good event, and I really like watching people play where I've designed.
Yeah, so if you're not familiar, I know that the Cedar Hill Chill definitely is one of the ones that's out there that plays on the course. Remind me the name of the place, Lester Lords Park. So that's, if you've ever played out there, if you're our Texas listeners, if you ever played out there, this is the gentleman that designed the courses. A little bit more on course design. Every now and then at Disc Golf Answer, we get people that say, hey, I want a park or some place that said, hey, they want me to design a course. What's some advice that you would give to somebody who has never designed a course as far as course design?
That's the kind of a challenging question because there are so many factors that go into it. Not everybody can design a course that's going to be enjoyable for everybody else. So if you're going to do it, go into it with some thick skin because there's going to be negative feedback regardless of how fabulous the place turns out. So there's that. But the other important things are keeping in mind what the city's goals are, which often is just to generate revenue. And what that means is bringing people into the community so they go to the gas stations and restaurants and those types of things. So what does the city want out of it? And then with the piece of property you have to work with, can it be safe? Can it be fun? Is it something that's going to entice people to come into the area?
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for that insight, Brian. Now, I know, unfortunately, you're here. Well, fortunately, you're here to kind of mingle with everybody, but you have to leave just kind of right as the competition begins. So, but it was good seeing you, Brian, and thank you for that insight on course design.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so now we have Mr. Eric McCabe. Of course, you guys know who Eric McCabe, the Disc Golf Answer Man, Eric McCabe. His first big event playing in the Masters field. How are you feeling about playing your first big event in Masters, Eric?
I'm excited about it. Being the, quote, young kid on tour again is going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, it'll still be a challenge, obviously, and I'm excited because we're actually playing Vista del Camino 3 times and Fountain once, and I believe Vista plays stronger to my game than Fountain does. So I'm pretty excited for the week.
Now, you say Vista plays stronger to your game, but let's just kind of take maybe that out. The fact that you're playing 3 courses 3 in a row, or I'm sorry, 1 course 3 in a row and then 1, do you like that style where you actually play the same course more, or are you liking the change up?
Well, we're actually playing Vista and then Fountain and then Vista. But I like that because I feel like I can get revenge. If there's a hole that I screw up or, don't commit to the shot, it's not like, well, that's over. I don't get another shot at it. This time I get, 3 shots at it. Unlike Fountain, where I only have 1 opportunity on each hole. So, and of course, like Vista that plays to my strengths, I think that's even better for me. So.
All right, well, good luck this week.
Thank you.
And obviously, on the next episode of the Disc Golf Answer Man, after we record after this week, we will, of course, know the results of Eric, and then we'll talk to him about how it went in the Masters field. So I'm, scooting back, knocking everybody over. Sorry. We're coming back to Robert McCall, the third man the third wheel of, that's bad, the third man on the Disc Golf Answer Man show. As I said it, I thought it made sense, but as I said it, I thought that's going to sound bad. Anyway, you're
going to show up to the office, and I won't be there, Bobby, and all that's going to be on my desk is a sign that says, Bobby was mean to me, everyone else is cool.
So Robert's out here. He got to play with some of our team players. He's, of course, out here as team manager, helping support our team, cheering them on, giving them any advice, talk to them about anything currently that's happening. But he got to actually watch a few people play as he played. How are they looking out there, Robert?
Team's looking pretty darn solid right now. I don't know. These courses are really like what's in front of you is what you have to do. It's not, really tight in the woods where it can be really fluky. It's just throw good shots in the open and make your putts most of the time in the wind. And most of the players I played with have been doing quite well. So I'm excited to see our results this weekend for sure.
So give us kind of the inside scoop, Robert, because part of what you do actually out here is actually to watch other players that may be potential, down the road, might be team players. Maybe it's someone brand new to the game you're watching. No, obviously you can't give us any names, but, what are you seeing out there?
I haven't been doing a whole lot of that just yet this week because, we just been kind of practicing. But it's crazy how when players are playing a tournament, you can kind of see how they react to stress and how they are in difficult situations and things like that. And if somebody holds up well to that and carries themselves well on the course, whether they're playing well or playing poorly, that means a lot to me. I take notice of that. And so, I just kind of keep an eye out. I don't really try and, make it a big deal. I certainly don't want to walk up to someone and be like, hey, I'm thinking about adding you to the team. Because you don't want to give them any undue pressure. You just kind of want to observe from a distance, and then if the time's right, go ahead and talk to them after that.
Excellent. Well, I know that you'll be out there carrying bags, supporting people, giving them advice. So good luck out there this week helping out our players.
Yeah, unless you keep being mean to me, in which case I will never show back up again.
All right. Well, it was good knowing you then. So last but not least, Jeremy Rusko, the man himself. So, Jeremy, we're out here having a great old time with all these people that we really consider more than just friends, more than just team players, really more like family. So, thinking back through the years of starting Dynamic Discs, and you're sitting here at a big event with this huge table of all these people having a great time, give us some of your thoughts on that.
Wow. Yes. No, this is amazing time to be with everybody. It's great to see the family expand. Starting out early on, it was a very few select Dynamic Discs team members that were representing Dynamic Discs and getting Dynamic Discs known across the state and across, I guess you could say, the United States and then even the world. And then, now to be here today with so many of the best ambassadors and best players in the world is a lot of fun, and it's really cool to be spending all this time together.
Excellent. I think that's about it. It's been great, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Hopefully you enjoyed this interview type player questions with everybody, and you stuck with it. I'm going to stop and I'm going to sit down and enjoy some nacho cheese and some dinner and have an excellent time with all these great people. Do some talking and get ready for some disc golf action tomorrow. Thank you guys again so much for listening, for being our Disc Golf Answer fans. I've actually talked to a couple of you guys out here, some of you listeners. You've come up and shake my hand and said thank you for the show, and that means the world to me. It means the world to Eric McCabe and Robert McCall. For you guys to come say hello and to let us know that you're listening to the show. So I appreciate that. One quick last plug. We still have some Disc Golf Answer Man shirts. I know that some people said that they're out of mediums and we should order more. I'm going to try to see if I can get Denise to order more. I don't know if that'll happen, but we will see. But we still have some larges and extra larges and a few other sizes, I think 2X and small left. So make sure you check those out. Disc Golf Answer Man t-shirts and also Disc Golf Answer Man discs. I'm going to, again, I know I keep saying this, but I'm trying to get them to create us some more molds so you guys can rep the Disc Golf Answer Man logo and rep the Disc Golf Answer Man show. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to go enjoy some dinner.